using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
Yeah.
But like his core personality and his way.
If the opportunity presented itself against Floyd, you would have, though, even though you admire him so much and he's so great.
Floyd, yeah, because
Terence Crawford has finally answered Floyd Mayweather's challenge for a 2026 fight, and his response? Positive. Crawford says he's ready to settle the debate once and for all. Who's the greatest between them? Mayweather may be more than 10 years older, but he's the one who sparked this fire after getting furious at fans constantly comparing his legacy to Crawford's rise.
they played the part.
Canelo said he's way better than Mayweather. What do you think to that?
Who, Terence?
Yeah.
Oh, of course. Of course he is.
What do you want to see?
After his latest victory, Crawford was pressed on the topic. Fans wanted to know if he'd take the fight. His answer was clear. If Floyd wants to fight me, it's big money, and it's a chance to go up against one of the all-time greats. So I'm in. That's not hesitation. That's a green light.
Like I am now.
How do you beat Floyd, though? Like, since nobody's been able to crack that code.
You think I would tell you?
He ain't fighting anymore. So that fight ain't going to happen.
But why did Mayweather even call him out? Simple, his pride took a hit. Two of Floyd's past opponents, Canelo Alvarez and Shane Mosley, both recently claimed Crawford is the better fighter. And to Mayweather, that's a direct insult to everything he's achieved.
When I looked at it, he came out in the southpaw stance and he took Canelo's jab away from him. As you know, if you take a fighter's jab away from them, then it's hard for them to really land. You force them to use one shot, and he forced them to use his backhand, his rear hand. Crawford was ready for the loop in the right hands.
Shane Mosley, who fought Mayweather 15 years ago, didn't hold back in a Fight Hub interview. He said, "I think Crawford is better. He's bigger, moving up in weight, and a better all-around fighter. Floyd was great too, but Crawford has the edge with his size and reach." That's a stunning admission from someone who's been in the ring with both.
Who you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
And then came the bombshell. After his loss to Crawford, Canelo Alvarez said it straight up, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." That comment, from a man who faced them both, sent shockwaves across the boxing world. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about legacy anymore. It was about whether Crawford has already surpassed Mayweather.
If you can compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
This statement carried massive weight. Canelo could have brushed it off, but instead he doubled down, praising Crawford immediately after defeat. Some fans called it respect. Others called it proof. Crawford himself pointed out, "Canelo's been in the ring with both of us. People can debate, but his opinion comes from experience." That's hard to ignore.
How did that feel to hear that from someone like him?
I just was like, well, it's his personal opinion. He was in the ring with both of us. So a lot of people, they can say what they want, but he's actually been in the ring with both of us. One where he felt like he was at the best.
Was ready for the body shots. Occasionally the straight right hand to the body would land for Canelo. But, sooner or later, Crawford started getting out of the way of that as well by just pivoting, on an angle and, making Canelo reach. There were spots inside the ring that I saw Crawford, try to counter.
But here's the truth. This debate may never end. Both Crawford and Mayweather are undefeated champions. Both conquer multiple weight classes, and both are cemented as two of the greatest American fighters in boxing history. Still, fans question how those perfect records were built. Did Mayweather's timing protect his zero, while Crawford took bigger risks?
Another where he felt like he was at a disadvantage when he had a rehydration clause and he was younger. So, I don't know. I don't go off of that. Floyd is the best fighter, you know, in his era. And I feel like
changed the game like Floyd Mayweather.
He mastered the art of knowing when to fight somebody and when not to fight somebody. I mean, that he's the best in that game. He's the best in, making money and making all the, the huge fights happen. But why? Because he was timing every single one of them. He never fought nobody really in their prime. He always
after junior lightweight. Junior lightweight,
he changed the game in the worst way possible. You're right. Everybody's trying to protect their own. I had
a lot of the stuff that Canelo was doing. And, that I would say this, that work from Boots helped in that aspect because Canelo was reacting to a lot of the counters that Crawford was throwing. Usually in the past, Canelo would stand right there. He would lunge and he would stay in place, keep his feet in place. However, Canelo
wild because, like, if you look at Floyd's resume, it's much deeper than Crawford's. And Floyd was faster and he had a better defense and all that stuff. But Floyd picked and chose when he fought guys, especially once he left lightweight. He wiped out the junior lights, bring him. Lightweight, he jumps up to Jose Luis Castillo first thing. A lot of people think he lost the first fight. I didn't, but then he won the rematch. But once he left lightweight, he was careful about when he fought guys. So even though his resume is deeper with names, people remember, but he didn't want it with certain dudes at certain times. Crawford, we all witnessed, even though the resume is thin in certain ways, he wanted it with every.
We've had a lot of comparisons between Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather. We've even had the conversation to go as far as who would win in a fight between Terence and Floyd. And I truly don't know the answer to that question.
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Yeah. Who would win that fight?
Floyd.
Floyd would win that fight.
Yes, sir. I
Floyd
love you, Terence.
Always figures it out.
Yeah,
yes.
he
Ryan Garcia fired shots on Ring Magazine's Inside the Ring show, saying, Mayweather changed the game in the worst way. He was the best at making money, but he always fought guys at the perfect time, never in their true prime. Former NFL star LaShawn McCoy agreed, saying Floyd's legacy is built as much on business moves as boxing skill. Love him or hate him, that's the split. To some, Mayweather's a master. To others, he's the reason fighters today are more worried about protecting their record than proving themselves in the ring.